What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Players World podcast. Today, I have Dewayne.
What's going on with y'all, man?
And we usually start off by you just kind of let them know what you do. And
all right, man. I'm Dewayne, bro. I'm an artist. Real, just genuine being, man. Just trying to inspire people, bro. You know.
Right, and you just dropped your album.
Yeah.
Walking in the Sky project.
Yeah.
So what was kind of the inspiration for that project?
Man, the inspiration for the project, I think it was really just me wanting to give whoever's around me hope.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying, to keep going with whatever they doing. The theme Walking in the Sky, I like that feeling, like the clouds, they free.
Yeah.
It's up in the sky, not being bothered by anybody else. And when I take flights, I get a lot of thinking done. So that's how I shape the album. The
Right.
project.
So do you do any of your writing process or anything like that on flights?
I have wrote on flights before, but most of this project was freestyle, really. I wrote the song Value. That's like track 5, produced by Lil Trey. He's 5'7" even Trey. But yeah, man.
So when you say freestyle, are you just going in and doing the whole song, or are you punching in, punching out? How's that the recording process?
I do punch-ins, really.
Yeah.
I get in my mode, I listen to the beat. I get one solid run through, kind of see how I want to place the flows and everything, but then I just punch in how I'm really feeling. Just try to make it straight from the soul.
Yeah, so I see some artists, they do where they'll hum out the melody kind of beforehand.
Yeah.
Is that kind of what you're talking about, where you'll recognize the flow that you want to use and then fill in the words, I guess you could say?
Yeah, definitely. I try to just, play with my voice, play with some melodies, what's catchy, you know what I'm saying? Then I get into how it's making me feel. It's
right. And is that for majority of this project?
Yeah. Like I said, I only wrote on one song where I had the beat and I write. And I do write frequently, but usually for my music, I try to just make it straight off of the dome.
Yeah, and it's a lot of the stuff, because I've listened to it I think through 2 times now.
Thank you.
A lot of it is super catchy. I mean, I can just catch myself after listening to it. I can catch myself just repeating some of the things that I heard. So is that in the back of your mind when you're making the songs, try to make it as catchy as possible, or you just kind of whatever comes to mind?
I mean, not all the time. I definitely, I'm not going to sit here and say I don't try to have a sonical ear,
right.
You know what I'm saying? But I try to really just go off how I feel for the most part. But, I try to make it catchy. You know what I'm saying? If it doesn't sound good, then, I notice. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
So were all these songs recorded or written to or whatever in the past year or say, or have you been holding on to some of these for a while?
Nah, man, this is the first time where I've released something that is I recorded most of this. No, every song on here I recorded within the last 6 to 8 months.
Really?
Yeah, so it's real fresh. It's kind of what I've been on. The last song, the song that we kind of pushing, I'm finna drop the videos for Valet. I did that probably 4 to 3 weeks before the project dropped. Yeah, and I was just nah, this is too hard.
Yeah.
I gotta swap one out. But,
so when does that music video drop?
That is to be determined soon.
Not putting it out there yet. That's cool.
Yeah, not yet, but very soon. I'm talking within the next week.
Right. Definitely. So do you already have it recorded and everything like that?
Oh yeah, I already shot and recorded Valet.
And you have the full final version, or they're still working on the edits?
Yeah, I got the full final version, man. This video's crazy, yo.
So how involved with that process are you? Are you hands-on with trying to show what you want your video to look like, or you just kind of take the back seat on that?
Well, nah, shout out to Flex Your Mind. That's who shot my video. He's real talented. I actually let him take majority creative process, full creative process when it comes to the video, because I really just respect his mind and where he likes to take my music in a certain direction. I think that I just really letting him take creative. I have my own ideas, my own themes that I want to add, but he usually takes control of that. You know
And is he a videographer from Louisville, or is he from Atlanta? Or?
I'm pretty sure he's from Radcliffe, Kentucky. Don't
Really?
quote me on that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But he's tapped into like a lot of Louisville, or a lot of Kentucky artists. Like he's real dope.
Right.
Yeah.
And going back to the project title, Walking in the Sky, is that kind of, I know you said that's the feeling that you wanted to give for it. It's kind of like that fly feeling.
Yeah.
But I wanted to talk about the cohesiveness of that project itself. And that's one thing that I noticed. It's like very different from any other project of someone who's trying to come up out of the scene. It's like with the interlude, the intro, the outro, like it all flows perfectly. And was that completely your idea, or was that something that you had a team that helped you out on?
Yeah, so my process was like, I had real close individuals to me, usually like that worked on the project.
Right.
We sat, and I made about like 25 songs for this project.
Really?
And I only picked like 8, yeah. So we sat and we picked like what were the best, I think 8 to 10 out of that 25. And then I did the arrangement though. I can't say I did the full arrangement where I was like, I want this to go first, I want that to go second. But
so do you trash those other songs, or do you just keep them in the back burner, like you might release them one day, or is that like
some is definitely gonna get out? It's so much heat.
Yeah.
Some were kind of just drafts to see, like, you know, they were ideas that could have made the project, but these tracks stood out to me. It really gave that like atmospheric feeling. You know what I'm saying? Of really feeling like you on a fucking flight.
Yeah.
Like real talk, it's just crazy. So like,
So did you do the voice and the intro and the outro, or is that somebody else? I know it was I think Tay Beats that did one of them.
Yeah, that's my engineer. He produced like 3 or 4 tracks on the project, and he mixed and mastered the whole thing. That was actually him, man. Yeah, he was over here, you know, just we coming up. I'm like, you know, I want like a captain on this shit, like really feel like it's a flight. So, you know, he did that for me. He provided the voice. It was real dope with him.
Yeah, it was really awesome. I don't even see a lot of mainstream artists do that anymore, and that's something that I really enjoy personally, is just be able to, because when you listen to a project or an album, you want to be able to start at number 1 and you want to make it all the way to the bottom. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I didn't want this to be like, to feel like a playlist of my best songs. You know?
Right.
I really wanted, this is like a targeted meaning. Walking in the Sky, this is a chapter of my life. You know what I'm saying? A chapter that I want to give to people. And, you know, I feel like for that, it had to be cohesive as possible.
Yeah, you know? I mean, it was an amazing project, really.
Thank you, man.
And I know we had talked about, when we were scheduling the podcast, you were going down to Atlanta. So I just want to kind of know what the business is like down there in Atlanta, and like kind of what you're taking care of down there.
I actually, I switched the trip up. I went up to my hometown, and I went to Chicago that weekend. But I'm in Atlanta frequently. Down there, you know, I'm tapped in with a couple of studios. You know, they messing with me right now. Atlanta, they tuning in to Walking in the Sky. So down there, I'm just tuning in the community. I got a couple of homies that got some motion down there that'll move to Atlanta. So, you know, I'm just.
So when you say Atlanta's like tapped into Walking in the Sky, is that because you're checking the analytics of like kind of what your album's doing and like where people are listening? Is that where you see majority of the listens, or is it here in Louisville?
I'm gonna be straight honest. Atlanta's tapping in like more than Louisville.
I mean, that's how it is sometimes, you know, especially with Louisville. I feel like it's like sometimes they take the back burner, but once they realize like the fire behind the project, they're gonna tap in more.
Yeah, definitely. It's especially it's split through streaming. Like on Spotify, it's definitely more Atlanta, and Apple Music is more Louisville. Right. But yeah, they you know, it's tapped in.
Is that something you check often? Like even when if you just drop a single? Or?
I try not to, but like, you know, you got to check it, of course, like just to see where you at. But I try not to check it because, you know, I try not to like care about the numbers too much. Of course, you know, I want to grow my brand and everything, but nah, bro, I'm really just trying to check on like who's out there, like who am I connecting to, like who am I really connecting with, who's really feeling.
And does that go into your music making process? So if you see like Atlanta's listening more, you kind of making more music about Atlanta than you are about Louisville, or is that just not in your mind at all?
Nah, that's not really in my mind. Cause really, bro, I want you know, all the countries, all the continents tapping in. So I'm just trying to make music that like everybody can enjoy. And you know, if Atlanta's catching on early, they early.
Yeah,
Bro. Shout out to the A.
early on the way.
Yeah, shout out to the A.
So one thing I really want to get into is like your merch, and I've seen you releasing that, and just the whole rollout for the project is one of the best that I've seen from any local artist and really mainstream artists. Like you had everybody waiting for Walking in the Sky.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Is that you to praise for that? Is your manager like?
Yeah, I definitely got a team that that works with me. You know, shout out the Perfect Team. They know who they are. You know what I'm saying? As far as on the merch, it's a guy called Rocket. You know what I'm saying? MF Skies. He has a brand called Made for Souls. Man, he's just a super talented. You know, I call him an artist with the fabric, man.
Right.
He just makes crazy stuff, and I got a chance to collab with him and just become part of his brand on that with Walking in the Sky. He already had some things going in motion, and you know, I came to him. I was like, man, I'm dropping this project. I really want to release some merch to it, some merch with it, and he was like, you know, he was really feeling.
So do you check the kind of the numbers on the merch as well, or is that
man.
something you?
I'm sold out, bro. I'm sold out. I got a shirt for you though. I definitely got a shirt for you, but yeah, man, I'm almost sold out. I kind of had it limited. I've never released merch before, so this is my first time. I'm just trying to see who's really tapping in, and you know, I'm just, you know, I'm coming out with a new collection soon though, like very soon.
Is that something you were kind of nervous about? Is that releasing that merch with the album, or was it just kind of it is what it is?
Nah, I was real hyped. I was real hyped because I was just like, I know this is gonna give it some gas, you know, some gas to it. Like, I was a little nervous because I'm like, dang, what if nobody messes with it? You know, but I had faith. He makes like amazing stuff.
Yeah, they were fired, and especially like the color waves too. I think it all matched perfectly with the album. Like it's that cohesiveness again that we're talking about. It's like it just keeps coming up, but it.
Yeah.
I just like back to the rollout part of it. Like I've really never seen anybody do it that way, and I'm sure it reflects in the streams. Like you doing the merch with it. I know you announced it. How long before?
About a month. Like,
really?
Yeah, a month. I was really. Well, nah, I'll take that back. I've been teasing it. I kind of had like an acronym for it, WITS, Walking in the Sky, and I was just teasing WITS like 3-4 months before the project, just kind of teasing that. You know, I was kind of saying, you know, I'm in album mode, posting on the Instagram story, and then when it got about a month, I really wanted to make sure I got everything done and recorded before I like
really made it official.
Yeah, and I just, you know, because I don't want to rush anything, and if it's not done, I wasn't gonna put it out by the time I did it if it really wasn't done. So, yeah, I just had to.
And another question, I know it's kind of a cliche question, but on the project, do you have like a favorite right now, or your least favorite, or you something like you wish you wouldn't have put out, or wish you would have put out?
Man, okay, I'm gonna answer both of those questions.
Okay.
My favorite, man.
I know it's kind of hard, but you know I got to put you on the spot a little bit.
I'm gonna go for today. My favorite today is Value. That's track 5 off of the project, produced by Latreille. While I really love that song, and I wrote that song. That's like the only song I wrote on there. I didn't freestyle it, but I love it because it's so relatable. I feel like people around, you know, we getting in the age, you know, everybody goes through like relationship type thing, and they feel like they gave somebody too much value, man, too much like of them. You feel like you wasn't getting like the same love back. And I feel like it's so relatable on both sides, like with the male and the women, and like, you know what I'm saying?
Just something everybody with those that is related to that can listen to.
Yeah, it really came from a place, excuse me, I'm sorry. It really came from a place of like really feeling like I gave somebody too much value. I feel like they wasted my time. So, you know, and it shows in the streams that one hit different and really connected with people because they don't feel the same way, you know.
And do you have other songs like that to where they have a little bit more meaning versus songs where you're just like, all right, this is a hit?
Yeah, oh, definitely. That's I'm so glad about this project because really I have a lot of songs with like meaning, but over the years, over just my past like releases, I've kind of put out stuff that you know, was more like the hit type of thing, and just tucking those, because I wanted to get like just a bigger audience. So if like when I talk about my personal life, you know, like they really tuning in
and they can relate to like what you're talking about.
I'm glad I got to put songs on here like Steam, Value, Trust Me. That was produced by BK. Steam was produced by Latray and Dylan. Trust Me was real personal. You know what I'm saying? I really talk about.
Is that the last track on the?
Yeah, definitely. It's the last track, and it was just super getting into my head, man. You know, really letting people what's going on in there. Hopefully, you might, you know, if you feel the same way, you know, there's a way out.
Right.
Talk about. I got like little hidden things that I talk about in the project, like little hidden battles that I'm going through, but. You know, mostly I wanted this to feel like freeing, you know, almost. And still have a vibe that, you know, you can bump your head to. You can listen to this in the car, maybe even play it at a party, you know. But
that's kind of the feeling that I got from it, too, is it's like I could hear in some of the songs the meaning behind what you're saying, but then at the same time, I'm like,
exactly.
Like this has meaning to it, but like I can't quit bopping my head, you know.
Exactly, that's like the sweet spot I was going for. So I'm glad, and I got a lot of more meaningful songs coming out. That's like what I'm moving towards. But I definitely wanted to get that like at least something going,
right?
You know, just yeah. Really
so you talk about like working with Tay Beats and other producers and stuff like that. So what's that process like? Do they just kind of send you a pack, or they go in the studio with you and just play you some beats and you kind of pick it out, or?
Nah. One second, please.
The gray.
So, working with a lot of the producers, I'm gonna go ahead and name them off. It was only like 4.
Just for this project?
Yeah, 4 producers I work with. BK, that's been my guy forever. Tay Beats, I've been locked in with him for years. Latray, 7 Even Trey, he's dope, real dope guy I met within the past 2 years. And Dylan, you know, met in the past couple of years. Just working with them, they don't really send me stuff like they do when I ask for it, but I usually catch them while they're making things.
Right.
And I get that type of vibe and that type of level with them, you know, because I really want it to be real personal to me, like kind of cater to like how I do my stuff. So, and they know that.
So you're kind of involved in the literal process of making the beats.
Yeah. I try to be. I'm not saying like I'm the one, you know, doing that stuff, but like, you know, sometimes, you know, they ask me what I like and like what I'm trying to hear. Same with the mix and mastering process. You know, I'm there for all of that.
Right.
I just want to hear everything that's going on. You know, Tay might suggest one thing, and then, you know, I'm hearing something else. Or like we thinking of something together, put 2 and 2 together.
So if y'all are thinking different things, are we going with what you think, or are we going with what he thinks? Or does it kind of depend?
It just depends. We test out both options, and then whatever really sounds better is gonna trump it. And then we just, you know, okay, I'll be like, okay, yeah, do that. And then he'll be like, no, you're right. You know what I'm saying? It's real fun. It's real, I love doing that with him, you know. And they're so easy to work with. Everybody I just named is so easy to work with. Real talented, down-to-earth people too, bro.
Is that what's important to you too? Is like that easeability with working with someone?
Yeah, definitely, bro. Having a connection with my producer, like having a connection with a producer is like super important to me. I personally know all the producers I work with. You know, we've eaten together. You know, we've worked together overnight, slept in the studio together. You know, all that. So.
I feel like that kind of helps as well in the recording process, because it's like they understand what you like when they know you on more of a personal level.
Exactly.
And they can kind of adapt their style to fit that. And then that might be why the album sounds, or project, I'm sorry, project sounds as good as it does. Is because you all have that close relationship.
Yeah, man, definitely. It was a big help. Definitely a big help with that, bro. And, you know, I love working with them. I'm going to continue working with them in the future.
Right.
And, you know, I feel like other people should work with them, honestly.
As far as other artists, do you have anything locked in the vault that you've worked with other people? I know I've seen on your Apple Music you have a song with OS Strip.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you have any more things coming with him or other people locked in the
Um,
vault? Or that you don't have to tell us if it's kind of a
yeah,
secret, but
yeah. Nah. I got other songs with Drip. Uh, I work with artists. I got a collaboration like thing with Dylan and Latray. They got a producer team that they got, and we have a collaboration with this artist, Boss Marino. Me and him, we doing the collaboration. Whole project that should be coming out later this year. Susie Tatiana, she's an artist I work with frequently. I got stuff locked in with them. Vibe Like Ty, you know. I work with other
yeah.
artists. You feel
Well,
me?
is that something you go into and like you're gonna work together, or you just kind of vibe in the studio and then you end up making a song together?
Nah, it's always a vibe. It's
Yeah.
always a vibe. You know, you got them people that you want to work with, but like, so you never know if anybody's in the middle of making a project or like doing anything. So you don't really just like ask to like
Right.
hop on stuff. It kind of just happens to be like, you know, I let them come to me, you know, or if I'm really feeling it, you know, I'm gonna ask like, you know, I asked Vibe Like Ty to like pull up to the studio one day. I didn't even really know she was gonna hop on the song, but it was just flowing. I'm just like, man, you try to
Yeah.
hop on this. And she was like, I'm down. You know what I'm saying? So.
What's it like when other people are making music and you're kind of staying in the background because you don't want to intrude, but like at the same time you're like, I could spit some real shit on this. You know what I mean?
Oh man.
Do you ever have moments like that and like you didn't even get the opportunity? You're just like, I wish I would have.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's a lot of times like that, bro. Somebody just spitting some fire. You like, bro, I want to
Yeah.
hop on this so bad, but you know they know it's fire. And you know they're gonna keep that song for them, which
Yeah.
is cool. You know it's their song. So I just sit back and you know if it comes, it comes. You feel me? I'm always respectful of that because you know when
Right.
somebody's in their creative zone, you don't want to mess with that, and you know you just want to keep everything cool.
And as far as like being in the studio and freestyling or writing, do you ever hit extreme writer's block? Like, do you block out a time in the studio and then like you get in there and you're like, well, shit, I don't got shit to record.
Yeah, man, it happened like 3 weeks ago.
Really?
It happens to like, bro, it happens to everybody, bro.
So what's the process like once that happens? Because I've always wondered, like, you get your studio time, whatever you pay for it, and then you get in there and you're like, well, I can't think of nothing to say.
Well, everybody's different, you know. I know, like, sometimes I get hard on myself, and I'm just like, damn, I suck, or some shit like that. But you can't think like that, man. It happens, like, you know, it's a famous saying, like, Curry not making every single shot
Right.
that he takes, you know what I'm saying? He makes a
But
lot
shoot or
of them
shoot.
motherfuckers. Yeah, definitely. Shoot or shoot.
Right.
So, you know, sometimes I get down on myself. Sometimes I go take a break, live life. Changing your environment. I definitely say changing your environment. Like try go, you know, a city over, or like a town over from where you from, where you usually record at. Try to find a studio, or if you record at home, just change the room. Just something that's not the same, 'cause
Right.
that can cloud you too, leave you stuck in the same like mindsets and things like that.
And do people that are ever in the studio with you like that, do they ever kind of give you that vibe where it's like they're kind of throwing things off or?
Hell, man, yeah, bro. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm a private session type of artist, bro.
Right.
I'm not trying to be bougie. I'm not trying to be none of that. I don't feel like my shit better, none of that, bro. But I'm the type of person, me and the engineer have to be locked in.
Like it's time to work, basically.
Yeah,
Like, because
yeah.
some people go in the studio and it's like it is kind of that vibe.
Yeah.
But they're just like kind of, I guess you would say, messing around. But like
Yeah.
you're saying, when you go in, you're locked in. It's work time.
Yeah, for me, you know, I always have fun with it. I ain't
Right.
saying like it's all like grr. You
Yeah,
know, we
yeah.
be laughing, chilling. I always smoke. I'm smoking in the studio. You already know.
Right.
But like me and the engineer have to be so locked in because I need him to focus. Because it's like I go off the top, and whatever I'm feeling, I'm trying to say that right now.
Right.
So if it's like so many distractions, sometimes I might forget the line or something, you know. So I usually try to have my sessions private, where it's just me or the producer. My manager will sometimes be in there, or if I'm just working with the artist. But sometimes you can't control it. I ain't gonna say, you know,
Right.
I had them fat stool session vibes sometimes, you know. everybody in there. I'm just trying to make a banger. You know, that happens every once in a while.
And how does that feel? Like when you get in there, you make something nice, and then you got everybody like behind you when you come out, and they're like, damn, that's fire.
Man, it feels good. It always feels good. Make it like content that people enjoy, man. That you just hitting people with. It always feels good. It makes you want to do more and do more for them enjoying it. Cause it's like, man, y'all really, partaking in this. So.
All right, and then last question here because I think the AC's broken here or something. Is anybody else hot?
Shoot, you hot?
It's hot as hell.
For real?
Yeah. How did your pops inspire the project? Did he have any type of?
Yeah, what was some of the inspiration for the project? And
well, you feel me? September like last year, you know what I'm saying? My pops, he had passed away. You feel me? So that gave me a lot of motivation for this project and going so hard with this rollout.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It is a dedication to him in like the last song I definitely, mentioned. But because he walking in the sky now too. We all walking in the sky in some type of way. But yeah, man. That gave me some extra fuel just going hard, for my family and everything.
And is that kind of like top of your list, like most important things in terms of your music making process? Like let's make my family proud, or let's do what I can for them.
Yeah, definitely. This is like, I do it because I love it. I do it because it helps me get through certain situations. But this is something I definitely want to, help my family with. Like, be able to provide for them in any type of fashion. Everybody wants to, get to that point. So, yeah, I always have them in my mind, man. I always have them in my mind.
Walking in the sky.
Yeah, and for anybody who lost a parent, man, I really know how that feels, bro. Keep going. Like, I wouldn't wish that pain on anybody. But, just try to keep going. It's going to get better. I ain't saying it's going to be the day tomorrow or the next day or anything like that, but just keep level-headed as best as you can and just know it's going to get better. It's going to be rough. I ain't going to sit here and sugarcoat nothing. It's going to be rough. But
and does the music making process kind of help you with that grieving?
It definitely has, man. I've mentioned them in a few songs now. And, sometimes I really feel like, especially when I do shows, man, it feels like,
he's right there with you.
Yeah, putting his energy on me, you know what I'm saying? Because I really be praying, like, before shows. I ain't trying to get all, like,
no, you're good.
Or push no agenda, nothing like that. But, like, you know what I'm saying? I just really, like, get in my spiritual mode before shows and really just be thankful that I got this opportunity. Because, like, doing a show, like, 3 years ago to me was just not even fathomable.
Right.
I'm like, damn, I'm really on stage and some people really singing the lyrics. Like, it's just crazy. So, I try to just have that energy, all that thankful, blessed, grateful energy.
And so when you're on stage, do you kind of take a moment before you maybe even perform or after and just like damn, like I'm really here and it's only going to get bigger from here?
Yeah. Every show, man, I'll be so grateful. So grateful, man. Because, like, it's a lot of people that make music that don't get a chance to do shows, man, even at any scale. You know what I'm saying? Not because maybe they don't want to, or just like maybe they live in a super small area and they don't have a chance to. There's no, scene. But, like, I just really feel blessed with that. And, I'm trying to build platforms to where I can throw shows, and, like, I want to go to that small town and find that super hard artist there and have them open up for me, like, when I get to a certain point, and, like, you know what I'm saying? When I get to a certain level, I want to spread the inspiration.
Yeah, and that's kind of like what I'm trying to do here with the podcast, just like shed light on situations. So it's really awesome. And to wrap it up, if you want to let them know like where they can get Walking in the Sky, where they can stream it.
Most definitely, Walking in the Sky. You can stream it on all platforms: Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, anything under the name June Dewayne. That's June like the month, Dewayne, June Dewayne, man. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all rocking with me. I appreciate you for having me.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? You got a real dope show. Feel me? Love y'all, man.